Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of K-Pop Hot Days. Woo! Okay, so this one was a bit hard for me to film. I just didn't have any motivation this week. Don't know if anyone else has felt that way as well, but I just had one of those weeks. But I'm finally here, I made it, and I'm here on time. So today's video is about my top 10 male dancers in K-pop. Now, dancing to me is no different to singing. It's subjective. You know, there are some amazing dancers that won't be on my list, and it's not because I haven't noticed them or I don't think they're talented or they're amazing, but I just don't obsess over them the way I do with these guys in particular, because some of them might not even be the strongest dancers in their groups, but there's something about them that I think gives them the X factor that I watch. But then some of them are also the best dancers in their groups and are also just what you need to watch. So let's get into it. Oh god, I'm so excited. Okay, so starting off at number 10 is Jimin from NCT. I think he's so underappreciated, and you know, he has his moments where he just shines, because Jimin's quite an introvert. For people that don't know, he's quite quiet when he's around big groups of people, but then when he's on stage, woo, he just lights up, and he has this thing, and the way he moves is such a contrast to his personality. I think that's what makes him very intriguing to me as a performer. I'm like, okay, I see you, and that's why he's my number 10. I think he's got great charisma, and he's got an X factor, and he owns the center spots that he's given, and there's times he executes moves better than other dancers. So I really like him a lot, and he's definitely one to watch, and his personality is amazing. Mwah! Love Taemin. And number 9, we have San from ATEEZ. San is, to me, so captivating, you know, quite a dramatic dancer, you know. Yeah, he reminds me of like a singer with a big voice who sometimes is too much, but you love it and you're in it and you're like, oh, this is delicious, you know. And I say you know a lot, but to me, he's got that thing that I'm always watching, because he's so engaged in what he's giving you. He's so in the performance. You're like, you know, you can't not look at anyone else, and stuff like that is so important to me. And I do understand that, yes, he can overdance, or sometimes it's a bit too much, but for me, I'm like, give me the drama. I want to be entertained. Like, I want to be shocked. I want to see you get possessed on stage. In 8th place, we have June from ACE. June is actually not the strongest dancer in ACE. I think BK is, technically, but he has something about him, and I think he's so attractive as well. And the way it just encourages, the way he moves, I just see that little flair and that little cheekiness, and you know, he's clean and he's executes the moves really well, and I think he's got the charisma that makes you watch him when he dances. I wish he had more, like, actually, I should just check him out more, because ACE have released new things. I need to catch up, but I liked their sounds before as opposed to now. But I think he belongs on this list, because if this was like my fantasy group of dancers in one group, I think he would bring something that the other guys don't bring. And that's why everyone, I think, is in this position, because in my ranking, because I think they will bring something that the other person won't bring, you know, and he's definitely one of them. He just has something I enjoy watching when he moves. And in 7th place, we have Jisung from NCT Dream and NCT. Oh, this guy's got so much potential. He's got a specific style when he moves, which is great, because people dream of finding that. People want to find, you know, you want to find that thing that makes you stand out from everyone else in an effortless way. And I think he's already got that in droves. I think he looks great when he dances. He's quite sharp. He's the definition of a sharp, masculine kind of hip-hop dancer. But then he doesn't feel limited. There's some people who feel sharp and masculine, but they feel like they're boxed into a style. with Jisung, I could see him growing and developing into an even more exciting dancer. So watch that space. He's coming for your faves. He's a great, and he's so young. He's only like 20 or 21, very young. So he's got a lot. He's gonna grow very well. And then on 5th place, we have EXO's other main dancer, Lay. Lay, to me, he reminds me of, he's like a touch of Kai and Taemin in one sometimes. You know, he has the strict, rigid discipline that Kai has in a good way, but then he also has those flares that, you know, Taemin has, because Lay admires Michael Jackson, so he's also got that openness, and he always dances with his hands open, and he's almost like a jazz dancer, and I love that about the way he moves. When I look at dancers, I always look at their hands. It's just something I've come to pick up on, and I love how his hands are always open. It makes me feel like his lines are longer and freer, and yeah, it just feels good, and it feels good to look at. I don't like when dancers dance with their fists a lot, and because it just feels boxy, and it feels more aggressive, you know, and it feels very limited. Lay is not that. He's open. He's like woo. He's a beautiful dancer. And for number 5, I've got Yeonjun from TXT, the 4th gen It Boy. Now Yeonjun, for me, when I saw him in the TXT Puma, I was like, this guy's a star. Like, he is just, oh my god. And the way he moves, he's in tune with every part of his body. He's such an expressive, technically, you know, looks to me technically flawless as a dancer. His charisma, his eyes, he just excites me. She definitely deserves to be, you know, a main dancer, and I hope he gets room to develop and become either a soloist or do some solo stuff, because being in a group can be quite confining, and I think his talent is insane, absolutely insane. Oh my god, he's gonna eat everyone up, you know, the more he grows. Such an exciting dancer. And in 4th place, this one, it gets tough. Oh my god, I have Rocky from Astro. Whew, Rocky. When I saw this clip, I lost my mind. I still watch this clip like every other week because I've not seen anyone dance like that. I was like, how is he managing to do this quick hip-hop routine and be so swaggy and flexible, and then to add in the ballet pirouettes and the jumps and the elegance in the jumps, and he's just jumping like he's weightless. I'm like, how do you dance like this? This is the epitome of a dancer that excites me in a clip. It's so great that he gave us this thing that was just 55 seconds, where he gives you all of this, and it's like, oh no, he's a force to be reckoned with. Oh my god, Rocky, wow. Oh, what an exciting dancer. I love him. Okay, so then in 3rd place, I have Hoshi from 17, aka Taemin's son. Man, Hoshi, and I feel like I've not seen anything from him yet. I mean, the fact that he comes with the choreographies, but also he has moments when he and 17 are amazing dancers, yet he stands out. When he's at the front, or he adds something, it's almost like his aura is bursting through his body. I'm like, how are you dancing like that? He just goes boom, and it's in the details, and it's in, you know. But then I do also believe that the choreographer will always be the best at dancing the choreography, even to the best dancers, because they know the movement. They've made up the movement. You can never beat them. So maybe that's why he really stands up with 17, because he does a lot of the choreography. But irregardless, he's such a talent. You know, he also mixes femininity and masculinity very well in how he moves. I don't know if you can even call it that, it's just maybe a delicacy. Delicacy? Delicacy? Yeah. I'm thinking of food. Delicate. Yeah. Delicacy. And also an aggressiveness that he mixes. And he's just, I'm very excited to see where he goes as well. Because, yeah, he is just, I love him. In second place, we have the reason I got into K-pop, Park Jimin. Oh my god, he's the first person I've said his full name. Man. That's all I can say. Who's Jimin? Jimin is so special to me. He really just gave me everything I needed. I had not seen, when I got into K-pop, I hadn't seen anyone that had so much personality in the movement before. And on top of personality, he had the technique to back it up. And he looked like he could dance to anything. And he looked happy on stage. He would own it. He would attack the camera with his dancing. You know, he would come at you like no hold bars. And he's just a beautiful performer. When he does his contemporary stuff, he's just floating and he's elegant and it's beautiful. Then when it's with BTS, or that's obviously all with BTS, but when he also does more the edgier stuff, the more hip-hop based stuff, he's in it, he's eating the choreography, he's just demolishing it. I'm just like, how can you do all this? How can one person do all this? It's just not okay. So that's why he is my number 2. And do you know what? He might even become a joint number 1 for me in the future when or if we get some solo stuff from him, because I believe that when you're part of a group, you do not grow as much as you do when you're out of that group. Especially because in a group, you're boxed into delivering certain things. When you have to be a soloist, you then grow and expand your skill set, or even get to showcase more of your skill set. And I think he hasn't gotten the chance to do that just yet. Obviously he's had some solo singles, but I want to see him take over a whole 6-track EP and a whole concert or even performance, and just get more nuances, even a dance practice such as Jimin. Oh my god, could you imagine if Jimin had his own song and had a dance practice? I want to see that. And then he can also show us a more variety as a soloist. Fingers crossed we get that. And then in first place, this comes as no surprise to anyone who knows me or Coco Pop, is Lee Taemin. And let me preface by saying, when I first saw Taemin in Jopping in Super Rem, he reminded me of Jimin so much. It was the first time I'd seen another performer have that flair, that like attacking the camera, and that sort of, I don't know, it's not even like a sass, but I can't put my finger on it. But it's just that thing that makes you go, who is that? You know, they're performing like it's rent is due. And with Taemin, I call him the emperor of K-pop. Taemin is the most phenomenal, talented, well-rounded, expansive dancer I've seen in K-pop so far. And I've seen many. I find like every other day I'm tweeting something about him, because I still don't think I can express why I'm right. I think with Taemin, he dances for himself. He doesn't dance to impress you or me. We just happen to be impressed. And I say this because he's always adapting and growing in between performances. He might not always do something exactly the same, and he does things to fit a specific theme of a performance. He's thinking about the art. He's thinking about what each move from the previous to the next means. He's so detailed. He even did his he did this interview with Stacey Nam when he was talking about how critical he is of his performances, and it's very detailed in how he feels like he's lacking, because he looks at something and goes, why did I do this? I should have done this. Like, he's that meticulous. and he's always thinking about the journey of one movement to the other. It's not just, I'm gonna dance and impress you and be like, let me show you why I'm the best. He dances to dance, to the dance god. His main duty as a performer is to cherish and respect the art of dancing, and that's how I can put it together. Because when you watch him, when you see clips of him, when I first saw it, I was just like, I don't get the hype, because he's not dancing to be impressive. He dances to be expressive, and that comes with time. When you keep watching his clips, you go, oh wow, there's so many nuances that I didn't see before, because we're used to just being overstimulated by things that are overly impressive, that we don't appreciate the more nuanced performance. Just like a singer that's doing all the runs and all the belting, like, yes, it's exciting and impressive, but it's about that smart singer who gives you bit by bit and adds a little inflections and decorates properly. That's what Taemin is. That's who Taemin is. He's just technically brilliant. He is performance-wise brilliant. He's flawless to me. He is my number one and always will be. However, if I get someone else that comes out and they are, or even anyone else on this list, develops a solo career and gives me the range, I would also appreciate them. I wouldn't mind having joint number ones, because the more the talent I enjoy, the better. And let me reiterate, everyone on this list is here because they excite me. They're unpredictable. Most of their performances, no two performances are really the same. They move freely. They're spontaneous. It feels like they have this thing that pulls me in, and less is more sometimes. They give me that as well. So that is my top 10 list. There's some I had to cut down because it wasn't long enough. Some honorary mentions to 10, to Kai, to who else as well? To J-Hope. There's to Jungkook. Most of 17. There's so many honorary mentions, but I had to elevate the ones who I personally just watch. And yeah, that's my list. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what your top 10 list is. If number one is not Taemin, I will delete the comment. No, I'm kidding. No, please let me know who your top 10 are, what you think of my list, and if I've introduced you to someone you didn't know before, all the better. Let me know. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!